Welcome back, one and all, to Let's Replay Dragon Force 2 Izumo Edition. And we're getting a little backstory here from a random NPC. Talking about the 8 warriors here from way back in the day, who all disappeared after the war against Madric. And a lot of different ideas about what happened to them, but nobody really seems to know. Strange. All 8 just vanished off the face of the map. Something's going on here. Okay, she's a descendant of Wayne. Obviously no combat ability though, otherwise I'm sure we'd be seeing more of her. And the gods' age ended, and so began the age of man. And look at what that has brought upon us. Much confusion. Much confusion and much lust. At least as it concerns Kaede and Shin. Those two have trouble keeping their pants on, it seems. But let's see if we can't get them to calm it down a little bit. Because we got some business to take care of down in the south there. Somebody has hijacked one of our castles. Somebody by the name of Scythe. And we don't like that, and we're going to do something about that. Getting a bunch of people together. Because now we pretty much have the western edge of Legendra pretty much under wraps. So that just leaves what's over yonder back east in the north. And what's this? Uh-oh, the wandering eye strikes. See, you do it too. Ah. Okay, one of the robot soldiers is joining us. Bandit crest, oh great. Longsword, that's good. Archer crest, that's great. Mage crest, okay. Okay. Katana, we could force that into something stronger. Getting some decent stuff here. Magic tome, that's wonderful. Silver ore, yes. Copper, yes, yes, yes. Gold, oh, lovely, lovely. I think I can start making something now. Have to check. But yeah, Shin and Kaede, they're too much alike in all the wrong ways, aren't they? Ah, those two. First things first, let's see who... Oh, Estelle, that wasn't nice. Okay, Kuragane is joining, that's good. Somebody with some intelligence. Everybody else can just sit here, we don't care. Oh, Belissa, she's in. She's totally in. Borgal still doesn't want to join. Not even gonna try Lev anymore, don't really need her anyway. Okay, that was pretty decent around there. Got a few people. Find me some items, por favor. Magic tome. Yeah, see, I'm not really using any of them. So I'm going to save that for somebody later. There's a couple of people at least I know I'll be getting who I could give that to. Let's see. Divine ring. What? Kaede actually has higher defense than Ganga's. That surprises me. Then again, she is heavily armored, so still, that's impressive. Muramasa, that is an upgrade. Masamune. Oh wow, I actually gave Ayame something better than Kaede. I didn't realize. Oops. Oh well. Technically, she did need it more, so. Shigure, yeah. Plus he's somebody who's going to be getting into duels a lot probably with Fire Sword. Him having a strong weapon is an advantage. So let's see, what can we make, guys? As I rub my hands together, hey. Longsword, copper power. If I remember correctly, this is going to make a Buster Sword. Yep, that looks about right, so. It's going to take a long time to forge one of the best swords, but no time like now to start. As soon as I get a Thunder Crystal, I'm going to see about making a better katana for Kaede. Always want to get the leader's best equipment out of the way, just to ensure that they won't have any problems. Because not too long from now, they're probably going to start fighting some high-level enemy officers, so In the event that it comes down to a one-on-one, I want to ensure that we don't see that game over screen. Would like to avoid that one. Okay, before we engage Scythe, we're gonna start moving some people. I want to keep some people in Guodon because that is a good place to find Ghost Crests. Could use those. The first two castles in Topaz, Rishia, Richun, they are good for finding thunder crystals, things of that nature, and just random good stuff like statues and falcon crests, just random stuff that you don't expect to see but you enjoy. So I'm going to try to leave a couple of people in both of those castles. And I've got a few strong battalions heading east. One is going to engage Scythe, the others are just going to continue moving forward to probably Saraku, so we can get everybody set up to eventually move in on the neighboring nations that are still left, which would be Tradnor, Realm of Mages, Tristan, Land of Machines and all things mecha, and then finally Moon Palace, the lush forests and home of the elves. Birthplace of all magic as far as Legendra's concerned, from what I can tell. And I think that'll be about everybody. And oh, we got somebody else there down by the desert. And we'll have to check on them later, see who that is.
ちょっと、あんた何者？500年も経ちまったもんね。私のことを誰も覚えていないのは無理もないか。頭大丈夫？私は妖魔三戦士の一人、グレイス。あんたたちでは足元にも及ばない力の持ち主さ。面白いじゃないの。出雲の名誉にかけて戦ってあげる。
What tipped you off, Kaede? Was it the demonic wings, the dead expression, the legs, which we'll be seeing in a bit? You tell me. The fact that she says she's been on for 500 years? I don't know. Who are we going to give this one to? Scythe doesn't have silence, so I'm not too concerned as far as her magic. I would like to give it to Shin because he's a very, very low level, man. What was he doing in that castle all that time? Just loafing around. Yeah, see, if you look at her legs, I think she's just wearing pants and heels, but the way it looks, it appears like she has goat legs or something. So I think I'm just looking into it like that. I don't think she actually does, but it looks that way. Her stance and everything, it's weird. It's peculiar. It's kind of noticeable to the eyes. Anyway. Okay, this music track. And then this background just... Where are we? Oh, man. So she has ogres and ghosts. Deep black. She's probably going to spam the ever-loving mess out of this, so I'm going to want to move my people. The cavalry will be very useful against the ogres. The Shigeru, not very much, so we're going to move them forward. I could use Undyne to knock them down a few pegs, but we're just going to focus on her. Her HP is not extremely high, so the best defense against her is really just a strong offense. And on that note, yeah, our men are fading fast, so got a couple more fire shots in me. Again, one of the best things about fighting the story enemies like this, they will not run away, so this is an opportunity to get good experience. Especially considering they're usually at a very high level as well. Kaede's doing pretty good right now, so we're just going to weaken her and her men as much as we can, and then we're going to pass this over to Shin, I'm thinking, because he really needs it. And since she doesn't know how to retreat, apparently, Why would I not capitalize? I was about to say, oh, you're going to prove me wrong and run away? No, she's putting them on melee as well. Because I only have one left. And she's still wasting her magic on that one truth. Okay. There he goes. So, I think it's about that time. 48 seconds. Actually, she still has ghosts left. Let's see if Kaede can knock a few of them down. Just make this as easy as possible. Plus, we get to see her katana wielding skills in action. Little dual blader there. Okay, good. 20 is a respectable number. 19, actually. 18 HP, 3 MP. That's looking a lot better, huh? Oh, you're gonna do more than remember our name, Scythe. When this is over and done. Oh shit, we gotta do something about those bandits. He needs something else. Opinions will vary, but for my money, bandits are the worst class in this game overall. They're useful against archers, I believe. Beyond that, nothing really noteworthy about them. Their available command options are also very poor. I think they can attack and advance, retreat maybe. That's about it. They can't even stand by. Can't melee. So, yeah. And there she goes. I don't even care what he gets at this point, just something better. Archers, however, that does work, because they're very powerful in this game. They are this game's mages. Is that all you got? Why is everybody calling Kaede names? First she's a skank, now she's a bimbo. Come on, guys, I'm starting to feel bad for her now. Kaede's level increased, and Shin's level increased. That's who we cared about there. I mean, give her a little credit. At least she's very well dressed for the occasion. Unlike a lot of protagonists in this sort of situation. Especially in RPGs. You know, this is one woman who's not going to catch a cold. I can say that. But anyway, we're going to give them a moment to replenish themselves. And didn't take long at all, did it? Another nice improvement in this game. It doesn't take nearly as long for everybody to work themselves back up in the castles. So we're about ready to move back out and deal with who are you in morale? Oh yes, of course, we fought Scythe, so who's next? Gaul. Now he has magic that I'm a little more concerned about. You may have noticed he had Grim Reaper there, and we got a dragon statue. Thanks, Carl. Help us protect the forest. Whoever you are, I think that's Fernia, member of the Cat's Crucifix faction. Got an Ostia statue, Monk Crest, Soldier Crest, all these crests. Not too bad, but Dragon would be the best. Iron ore, dark crystal. Oh, now we're getting some crystals as well, yes. Dark and light crystals will help us forge some of the very best items, so can't have too many of them.
古い書物を当たりましたら、どうやら先ほどの者たちは500年前のマドルク戦役で暴れたもの。
You don't say.
500年？化け物ね、まだ生きてるなんて。
500年だったら飯いっぱい食べないと。
あやつらが率いていたのは、あれは最近各地に出没している魔族。
魔族？嫌ね。
My thing is, how were they alive? Not because 500 years have passed. I mean, look at Frest here. But they were sort of annihilated by the 8 warriors, so that's my question. They were annihilated, and then they gave what was left of their, I guess, spirits to Madrick, who was then defeated and completely wiped out, who we've seen no trace of since. So yeah, how are they still around? Questions one could ask. hopefully we will eventually get some answers. Rapier. Might want to save that for somebody later to make something stronger, but nah. These things are here to be used. We can always remove it later. And nice thing about giving items to loyal generals, they might not like it, but if you take it away from them, you don't have to worry about them getting upset with you. You won't lose any loyalty points there. Archers. I would like her to have archers eventually, so she'll have a ranged attack for her troops, but she doesn't really need it right now. And I might want to give her Ghost later instead, I'm not sure. Though archers do go well with a Shigeru. Megumi would be a good choice. She could pick off officers from a distance while she heals herself. Ayame, yeah, she only has one troop type still. Definitely want to take care of her. Let's see, definitely saving that dragon statue. I'm going to use one of these statues, probably on Shin, because him having a lot of MP is very useful with his various knife throwing skills, especially in the end game. Got a decent amount of awards here. Not too many people really need it right now. Guess we can boost his archers. I gave him monks as an alternative, but I doubt he's going to be using them at all. Better save our game before we engage Gideon, aka Gaul, the minstrel. And let's see if time has dampened his ability to put on the hurt, because he's always been quite nasty. Much more threatening than Skull. Skull? I combined them. Much more threatening than Scythe in my opinion. Oh no. They fuse like Dragon Ball Z and become Uber Mage Demon of Destruction. Which is not so unlike what they did in Dragon Force 1, so hey. And will I send Kaede's group to deal with them or one of her other battalions? Probably Kaede because, you know, story fight. Want to see what she says. And another thing about this game, they have different dialogue depending on whether your ruler is with the battalion that faces them or not. So if you ever replay this game, you might want to send different people to get some different dialogue trees. But we're going to stick with Kaede for this. Definitely want to remember to do this. Don't want to give your people different troops and then forget to switch them over. Because again, this is highly customizable, so the game doesn't assume that you want to recruit them straight away. You got to do this stuff on your own. So you got to pay attention. Kinsera, have we? Haven't really done anything with him yet, have we? Eventually. First things first, though. Gotta get to the tower. He's kind of in our way. Oh, how's the food there? He always did have a way with words, didn't he? And yes, his name should actually be Gaul, just a minor typo, no biggie. 21 MP, that's quite a bit. Level 25. Rather high level. Can you help us level up? I think you can. Probably gonna give it to Shin once again. But we definitely want to send somebody first to weaken him. Avery, she looked like the man for the job. With their ancient golden sword. Probably something that's been passed down for many generations. Not sure how far back though, because it doesn't look like the one Wayne had, unless that's just... Perhaps it was coded at some point along the way. It's kind of hard to say. Be interesting if it was actually the Star Dragon sword. If those relics are even still around. At this point, obviously, I doubt anybody would even know what they were originally because... Oh, we're watching. The people of contemporary Legendary don't seem very well informed in general, do they? Especially the people in command. You get these random townsfolk who know all this stuff about, you know, the war against magic and whatnot, but you've got officers at my table who don't even know Gaul and Scythe, so... I don't know what's going on in the education in this continent, you gotta wonder. Things people should be learning at the elementary level. But to be fair, even in so-called real world, there's a lot of things that have happened in history not that long ago, and most of us don't know. It's amazing how quickly and how thoroughly things can vanish. I mean, all it takes is loss of some key texts, artifacts, languages, and so much knowledge, just like that, as if it never was. Which is a shame. I get the sense that there have been a lot of amazing things that have developed on this planet that we in general have no clue about because there's no tangible evidence to it. Oh, what's he? Oh, yep, he's bringing it on. This is the Grim Reaper. You might remember this Summon Reaper from Dragon Force 1. Only Kat could learn it in that game if I recall, which is one of the reasons why she was one of my favorite generals. In this game, only Stefano and Gaul have it. But we're going to use it to our advantage here. Getting out of there before Avers can get hurt. Knocks them both down to 1 HP. This is working against him now. We just have to land one hit on him and he's done. And guess what Shin has? Archers as well as knife toss. So we just have to get to him before his troops get to us. But Shin's at full health too, so not really worried. Oh, Gaul, if you fall to some bandits, I'm not gonna let you live it down. You can count on that. And he's gonna do it again because why not? Because it can't kill you outright. Even if you're at 1 HP, it just has no effect. So in certain situations, it's very good strategy to use that. Not so much in this case. Because those zombies never had a shot at us. So, thanks for the easiest one ever. Appreciate it. His boss will not be this easy. And no, not Magic. Somebody else. Somebody new. All we could find of Gaul was his cloak. Ah, it's nice to know some things don't change, isn't it? This road leads to the tower. And we did it, guys. We unlocked the path. Avers and Shin both leveling up along the way. Yeah, so if we keep fighting Zeldokia's people, Shin won't have any problems catching up. Let's see. Okay, we got 2 strong groups there. We are going to move them up here to get closer to that castle. See who's there. Everybody move to Saraaku. That's going to be our new home base for the time being, I think. We've spent a lot of time out in the west in Topaz, but it's time to set up shop a little bit closer to the enemy forces. And ooh, Avers, yeah, we need to take a moment to let him soothe his wounds. Except not. No. Because I'm pretty sure we're not going to get into a fight here. And even if we do, we just don't have to use them. We can stick with everybody else. And it gets confusing. After you've played a few different kingdoms, it's hard to remember when the fight's proc and for who, because some monarchs might have a fight at the tower. Kaede doesn't though. That longbow's probably gonna go to Kiri. She's sort of my archer to go to, and I got Ghosts. Thank you. Not at the castle I was expecting, I think though, but still, it's what I'm looking for. Any story? No. It seems like the hardest crests to find in a random town search are falcons and centaurs, but you can find them. Dragon crests, I don't believe can be found in a town in this game, at least I've yet to see it. You have to forge those in order to receive them. And ogre crests, forget about it, have not seen that at all. Only way you can get command of ogres is if you're using Adovak, the ruler of Tristan, his campaign, and that isn't unlockable in this one, as well as Moon Palace, for reasons that make a lot of sense when you've played their campaigns, or just seen more of the story of this game. Because they both get to do a lot of fun things that they don't want you to do right off the bat, similar to Dragon Force 1 with Fondaria and Tradnor. In Moon Palace's case, you just get access to an unusually large number of generals and story. For story reasons, I can see why that's not an unlockable, because it reveals a lot early on. Tristan, you just get to command a lot of units that nobody else does. So it's a lot of fun actually. And you really get to be the bad guys for once. So many games, you know, you don't get that option, or if you do, it's kind of watered down. Like I remember when Shining Force 3 was actually kind of new, in Scenario 2, the big sell was you get to use the bad guys, you get to control the Empire. But for those who are familiar with that game, Median's Force, I wouldn't really consider them the bad guys, not by any stretch. So, kind of false advertising. Adovak's the real deal though.
ティリス女王、やっとお会いできました。
Tiris definitely looks older, but for being over 500, still recognizable.
ティリス女王なんだ豊島じゃん。
女王は結界に守られているようですな。
月のペンダントがお役に立つかもしれません。
狐のくせになんでそんなもん持ってるのか不思議だったのよ。ティリス女王、
意識がないようですな。
それじゃどうしようもないじゃない。
ティリス女王はムーンパレス出身。ムーンパレスに連れて行き、対策を尋ねるがいいでしょう。
じゃあ次そこ。
Gotta love the fact that the first thing that Kaede has to say is Tiris looking middle-aged. Anyway, surprised Shin didn't get any dialogue there. Oh, we've got Ovo here. And level 40? Oh, you know, they probably did that because there's a chance you wouldn't have Shin with you, so they're just going for consistency. Gotcha. Now, I'm guessing if we wait until the next domestic affairs, there'll be more story, and then he's gonna move out of that castle. They obviously don't want you to fight him right now, but you know what I'm gonna do? Have a little fun. We're going to send a couple of strong divisions at his castle and see what happens, because I want that experience. But we're gonna save that for the next episode. Don't want to bite off too much in this one. Please join me next time, and until then, have a wonderful day, and hopefully see you soon.